I've been a little hustler ever since I can remember. I had a Game Boy Color that I got for Christmas, and I used to charge my sister to play it.
Nice.
So, but like my grandfather found out, and he got mad because he's like, "We got this for you for Christmas, and you're charging your sister to play it." And I'm just like, "Hey, if she wants
paid?
to, yeah, she."
Wow.
There was one time like I charged her $10 to play it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I mean, I've always been a little go-getter.
What's up? In the dirty kitchen, the dirty kitchen, the dirty kitchen.
Hello and welcome inside the Dirty Kitchen, or one of our many offices within the AlphaGraphics West Ave where we operate out of. But today we're happy to start our first ever interview series, hopefully one of many to come. And what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be interviewing fellow entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and people that you might even find in your own backyard, grinding it out, trying to make either a side hustle, their main hustle, or any way they can to do business with whatever their passion is, whatever their products or services are that they sell. And hopefully we can bring some valuable wisdom, some insight, and things that you can learn from people doing things just like you and just like us. And so today we have a special guest, but one you may be a little more familiar with than others, and that's because it's Mr. Marcus Beverly. You might know him as Mr. Bevy Bev from the Dirty Kitchen. He is one of the two right now salespeople that we have here inside AlphaGraphics West Ave, along with myself, Taylor Abbott. And we thought we'd interview him for our first one as a kind of a practice run, but also a good way to start to see how this is going to work for us. And the reason that we chose him is because he happens to have his own solopreneur business that he's doing. He does something on the side when he's not doing his full-time job here at AlphaGraphics, and what he does is he sells, produces, markets everything you can from start to finish, beginning to end, men's grooming products. So he currently spends approximately 20 hours a week. So if you think about your whole week, you can have a side business like this and not have to spend, 500 hours doing something. You can do 20 hours a week, and as we'll hear in our interview that we're having, you can have a great little business and a great side income to go with it. So we're going to roll right into it here, and I'm going to introduce Marcus Beverly and tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
All right. Like Taylor said, I'm a solopreneur on the side from my full-time job, and that is making men's grooming products. For right now, beard oil, beard balm, and I've dabbled around with making like shaving butters, hair pomade, which I use. So everything I make and produce, I use on myself first. So I want to make sure that everything works. Nobody's gonna break out or anything. I'm gonna start losing hair. So as far as I can see, everything's still intact. Everything's still shining and glowing and growing. Like as far as the business, I actually picked it up one day. There was a gentleman that he had a big, long, luscious beard. Right now, I was just starting to grow my beard out, and I just asked him about his beard, and he says, he's got to let it grow, put products in it, and I tried it out. You know what I mean? I tried it out. I really liked it. Liked the way it smelled. Liked the way it left my beard feeling soft and smooth and things like that. And I tried getting a hold of him again.
So he sold it to you?
Yes. Well,
he just had it, and then you went and found your own product because you said, "Oh, I should try something like that."
Well, he had his own little side business of making beard oil, and I just remembered he didn't actually have any on him. He just gave me his business card. So I looked him up, found and remembered some of the places where he said that he had sold his stuff, and I purchased some. I really liked it, And, you know, I was just trying to get a hold of him again. You know, maybe I could meet up with him, you know, to maybe get some beard oil from him. I could just never get a hold of him again.
Okay. And so then from there you said, well, how did you get into the idea of, well, why don't I make my own stuff? What brought that about?
So, like I said, I couldn't get a hold of him again, and
Because so most people would probably just go to the store and buy it, but what made you say, well, why don't I just make it?
Well, I think because this was like maybe like back in what, 2015.
Okay,
15,
and I
16.
guess that would be good. So it's 2019 right now. How long have you been doing this for?
So I've been making it about 2 years now.
Okay.
But as far as like going out and selling it, maybe like, you know, about a little more than half a year.
Okay. So I guess the question I'm asking is what was the catalyst that made you say I'm gonna make my own beard oil and my own products?
Well, I couldn't get a hold of them, and at that time it wasn't as big as it is now. I mean, it was still coming up through the ranks. Like, you know, you had those guys like the Dollar Beard Club guys, but other than that, it wasn't like now you can find beard oils and stuff like that, like at HEB and Target and Walmart, but there wasn't really anything like that.
Okay.
At least in that time, where, you know, you can just go to like, even now when I tell people that I make like beard oil, what's that?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's very what, niche,
Sure.
as they say. You know what I mean? So like I said, I couldn't find it, and then I just went online to figure out how to make it.
Okay. So tell us today. It's May 10th. 2019. Where are you at today with your business?
So right now, I've actually taken a break from setting up at the trade show places that I are the markets, just so I can start putting more energy into into different products.
Okay. So developing new products and different items to sell.
Exactly.
Okay.
But before then, I was going to, like, you know, the Sunday markets, like every Sunday, selling, you know, it was, you know, just beard oil and beard balm, and, you know, I was doing fairly well. You know, I was more so surprised that people were actually buying. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it's just first time going out there. But now, you know, since going out there, and I'm seeing that, you know, there's different things that I can add to my, you know, to my booth and to my table that could make me more money.
Right. So instead of just having only one product, one chance,
Exactly.
you have multiple things to show people for multiple opportunities.
Exactly.
Okay. So thinking about along the way to today, what are kind of your biggest wins that you've encountered along the way in building this business?
So the biggest wins definitely have been like people actually liking and loving the product, like kind of how we try to have the buffet card. And I've had one of my guys who's actually, he was the first recipient of, he's bought 5 products and got 1 free. So I do have, you know, a little loyal clientele. You know, people, you know, they'll reach out to me even when I'm not, you know, even when I haven't set up there. They're like, hey, you know, I'd like to buy some product off of you. So that's definitely been a big win, knowing that people actually love the product.
Okay, and then so that's awesome. Now along this journey, what's kind of the biggest surprise or maybe unexpected event that you just would have never saw coming along the way? What do you think that might be? Something that you're just like, oh wow, I just didn't even think something like that would happen.
Again, just to piggyback on the first point, is that, you know, people would actually, because, you know, that was the main thing, is that, man, I'm gonna go out there, and what if nobody likes this stuff? But
and maybe a question that comes to mind is, when you first started making it, how much did you make without ever knowing if anybody would ever buy anything? How many pieces or products or items did you have created without even attempting to sell it?
Oh man!
Did you just make 1 bottle? Did you have 15? How did you decide how much to initially invest before even having any idea of what would happen?
So the first time I ever bought any of like those little blue bottles, I think I bought maybe about like 30 of them.
Okay.
And literally just gave them like to family and friends, because a couple of my family members, they have beards.
No labels or anything?
No
at that
labels,
point?
nothing,
Okay.
nothing, absolutely nothing.
And it was free giveaway, or
Free
they
giveaway.
bought it from you?
Free giveaway.
Okay.
And so it was about like I said, I've been making it about almost like, you know, 2 years. So for about a good year and a half, I was basically just giving stuff away for free. And
Getting feedback, or did you ask people after you gave it to them what they thought, or were you just
I was just kind of just
practicing?
Yeah, just practicing, giving it to them, just letting them know what they thought. And kind of just from there, I just played it by ear.
How much do you think you, maybe if you had to guess a close amount, did you invest to get this whole ball rolling? How much money did you put in just to start?
I would probably say about $1,000.
Okay, so about $1,000 and probably a lot of time.
Yeah, exactly.
But so you have to have somewhat of a commitment. If you can't just put in $100 and then maybe 4 months I'll put in another. You kind of did it all.
Yes.
You kind of made the decision and did it.
Absolutely.
And jumped in. Okay, so then where do you kind of see your vision or your goals for your business going forward from today?
Well, I definitely like to see it more than just men's grooming, because I think the brand is great, and I've actually had people tell me that they really like the brand, they like the logo, and I really like to see it more so kind of like a polo, Tommy Hilfiger, where it's they've got the fragrances and the different like colognes, clothing, things like that. So that's what I would definitely like to see the business go in the future.
Okay, and then let's talk about social media for a second. So
Okay.
How do you or don't you use it? Do you use it or don't you? Tell us about that.
I have social media, but I'm just not a big fan of it.
Okay.
So that's something that I've either got to outsource or something that I'm gonna have to really kind of grow to love. But it's I'm not a big social media person. So that's
how do you sell your product? And I know you touched on it, but tell them how you really get sales. Describe a little more detail what you do.
So where I usually get my main sales are definitely at the markets.
Okay.
Because like I said, I don't really push too hard on social media. But more so it'd be at the markets.
Okay, and let's say someone who's listening to this, they don't know how to get into the market. Just for a little bit of background detail about how much approximately would you spend to have a table, and how long would you sit there for, and how many times a month would you do something like that, just to give someone a little more context if they're thinking about doing something like this.
Okay.
What's kind of the process of that? Just if they're trying to think, if I don't want to sell on social media, because some people aren't comfortable with that.
Yeah.
They would rather be face to face or go to these markets. Just give them a little context on how that process works.
Well, the first thing would be, if you know of any markets, first go there first. Find out if whatever it is you're selling, if there's already an influx of say you're making, I don't know, you make baked goods, right? But you're like, oh man, I want to go to this farmer's market or whatever. And if there's 1 or 2 people making baked goods, you might be fine. But if there's half the people there that are making baked goods, then you might not want to, you know what I mean? You might not want to go there. You might want to go somewhere else where it's not dominant.
Not as competitive.
But like I said, first do the intel, as I like to call it, because that's what I would do. Look around and see if there's anybody doing what you're doing. Then if there's not, then I would reach out to whoever's in charge, figure out what the booth fees are. Which
is different from place to place, I guess. Yeah.
Absolutely. More or less, the ones that I've seen, they're anywhere from about $30 to $50.
Okay.
To set up.
Okay. And then how many hours would you sit at a standard show for, just for time wise?
Basically a regular 9 to 5, so about anywhere from about 7 to 8 hours.
Okay, and you spend the whole day there pretty much.
Basically.
Okay. And then let's talk about if you have any, things you do that maybe is a lucky charm or a superstition, or maybe it's just a habit or ritual that you practice that helps you kind of work on your business, get focused, or whatever that might be.
Well, as a man of God, especially going to the Sunday markets, I noticed that the days that I went to church were the days that I made more money, and the days that I didn't go to church, I either didn't make money or I barely make booth. But definitely Sundays when I go to the market, I definitely try to make it an effort to go to church before I went to the market, even if I was a little late setting up.
I like that. Okay, so tell us a little bit about getting to the end of the interview here. Why do you do what you do with men's grooming products? Is it your passion? Is it more for the income that you're looking to create, or is it just because you enjoy the process of being an entrepreneur? What would you say? Why do you do it?
It'd be a little combination of two things. More so, I've wanted a beard since I can remember. Like I remember, my dad had one, but the thing is, he never like he would only grow it out occasionally. I think beards, like, they get popular around certain times, and I guess just right now it's just a popular thing. But there was a basketball player, his name was Baron Davis, and his beard was nothing like James Harden's beard, but he just kept the beard, and I was just like, man, I want a beard just like Baron Davis. And so like I said, and then whenever I could start growing a beard, I was just like I've only have to if it's like for work and I have to shave, then that's one thing. But I don't think I would ever go clean shaven, just because I think I'm a bearded person. That's just something that I will have till the day I die.
So it'd be natural to have something that makes your beard look great if you're gonna be a bearded person, right?
That and I've had to be a hustler since I was like in I don't know, like I got in trouble for doing this, but I look back like, man, well why am I so passionate about it? I've been a little hustler ever since I can remember. I had a Game Boy Color that I got for Christmas, and I used to charge my sister to play it.
Nice.
So but like my grandfather found out, and he got mad because he's like, we got this for you for Christmas and you're charging your sister to play it. And I'm just like, hey, if she wants
paid?
to, yeah, she.
Wow.
There was one time like I charged her $10 to play it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I mean, I've always been a little go-getter.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so let's do a little. Do you have any shout-outs to anybody who's helped you along the way, or somebody you want to give credit to for your success and where you're sitting at today?
Definitely. I'd like to shout out Smoking Beards, because that was the name of the guy who his beard oil company. So
okay.
Definitely Smoking Beards. They were the first ones to introduce me to beard oil. My pops, like I said, that's where I got my hustler and entrepreneurial spirit from. Definitely my grandparents, because they did craft shows growing up, so I would go with them. Definitely got my entrepreneurial spirit from them, and everybody who's purchased anything from me and who will continue to purchase. And I've got big things in the works for the future of S&G.
Okay, so I got one last question.
Okay.
If someone's listening to this right now and they say, man, I want to start this, I want to start my own business, I want to do my own thing, what's your first biggest tip for someone who's thinking about it, they're on the fence? What would be your one tip to help people to get started?
You just gotta, it's almost like swimming. You just gotta jump in the deep end. If it's something that you really want to do, don't hold back. Just go out there, do it. And it's okay to not know if you're gonna sink or swim. I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like, nobody's gonna buy anything. Oh well, you'll be okay. Just man up or woman up. You'll be all right. Just go out there, do it. Swing for the fences. And it like, if you're expecting to be a millionaire overnight, then you're just fooling yourself. You got to put the work in. You got to put the time in. You got to put the grind in. I would just say, go out there, do it. And even if you swing and miss, you'll be happy that you actually swung. So that's the only thing. That's what I have for them.
Perfect. Okay, well, I think that's going to wrap up our first ever episode of the Dirty Kitchen interview series. Again, this was Marcus Beverly from S&G, also from the Dirty Kitchen himself, and I'm Taylor Abbott. And just want to say thank you so much for listening today. Thank you for tuning in with us. We appreciate it, as always. If this helped you in any way, please share it with your friends. Share it with somebody who might be starting a business or who's just in their own thing. Maybe this will help them, so please share it. And as always, we appreciate you for watching, appreciate you for listening, appreciate you for checking us out. You can find us on all the socials at AG West Ave, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and we also have a podcast. It's anchor.fm/The Dirty Kitchen. And if you or someone you know you think would be a great fit for another interview series that we can do with them, we'd be more than happy to talk to them and set that up. So just go ahead and shoot us a direct message on Instagram. It's just at AG West Ave. Shoot us a DM, just say you're interested in either being on the show or know someone that might be, and we'll get that set up. So thanks for tuning in today. You guys have a fantastic one wherever you are, whatever time of the day it is. And Marcus, do you have any parting words to tell anybody that's listening today?
No, but like Taylor said, we already have a couple of people lined up that we want to interview. And if, like you said, if there's anybody else, we want to definitely get the word out for anybody who's local or maybe even in a different city or state, that we could do like a Skype or phone call that you think that would definitely benefit from being on this show, so we could help, increase their brand and awareness.
Perfect. Well, that'll wrap it up for today. So thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys on the next episode.
Kitchen a dirty, the dirty, the dirty, kitchen a dirty, kitchen a dirty, kitchen a dirty, the dirty, the dirty, kitchen a dirty, kitchen a dirty, kitchen a dirty, the dirty, the dirty.